clarity in that regard. So what should then make you want to go into a relationship? I have an idea, but I want to get clarity. The other question is, for some of us, we are at a stage in our life where we are trying to build a lot of things. We are trying to build a lot of things personally. Our finances, our careers, and this thing will not allow us to have the regular time that people like us we have. For example, you made mention of people not interpreting you or not calling to meaning that you don't love them. Personally, I don't even have time to call my mom because of the many things I do. So, now, I'm asking this because the few relationships I've been into, that's one of the things that they don't clearly say, but their body language suggests. That because I don't call as often, or when I reach out, you think maybe because I need something, that's why I'm calling you, because my schedule don't permit that, and maybe I prioritize developing myself at this point in my life. You think I'm not prioritizing you enough. So, how should that go? Especially for people that wants to develop a career or a business or something. Because it's very time consuming.
So when you parted away with that relationship, were you still holding on to this fact that you were busy, or you were willing to change, peradventure you get into a relationship to make it work? No matter how little, were you willing? Do you have any sense in you that you'll be willing to still manage to give? Because you will never get busy. Life will never get easy as you grow. You are in a career now, you're trying to develop a career, you're trying to get busy. You are never going to have that time. It's going to get busier as you grow. There is nothing, because even if you have a conglomerate today, you are trying to expand. Life gets busier. Mm-hmm. So that's why I just wanted to ask a question before he answers you fully. Like, are you willing to provide that time to a woman that might be lucky to get that time?
Okay.
So if the answer is yes or no, then you'll be able to you can now answer the question.
Okay, so before I answer the question, there was a scenario where after the first conversation, I actually made an adjustment. But the issue was it didn't measure up to what she wanted, according to her.
If you truly like her, if you really like her, you will make that adjustment to the sense that it will be enough for her.
You just said now that love is not enough.
No, love is not enough. Yes, love is not enough. But that is part of understanding. That is part of commitment. That is part of sacrifice. Question. That makes it love. That makes it love.
So should the understanding be one-sided or both ways?
It's both ways.
Oh, okay. So when you're understanding to make adjustment for her and she's not understanding to make adjustment for you, how do you balance that?
What sort of adjustments would you be willing to? Do you want her to make? For
so
her
she should understand
that you cannot call enough, or for her to?
No, she should understand.
Come to an agreement that okay, I'm so busy, I can call you in the morning and late at night, or I can call you in the morning, and she says she's not also understanding.
Elvis, I'm a man. Let's not pretend about this. If you are in a relationship with a girl you want to be your wife, and for 4 hours, 48 hours, you didn't care to call or ask after her, she won't trust you. It means that she is a generator. NEPA is somewhere. No, you will not believe it. NEPA is somewhere. When you make somebody your priority, the person will be yours too. Remember what I said, ABC. It can be just affectionate. It will be brief. It will be creative. Sending an emoji is part of communication. Picking a text message is part of communication. I say, I love you, I miss you, how is your day? 30 seconds. Try it now. It won't be up to that. So you are saying in 24 hours, you can't spare 30 seconds. And then in 48 hours, yes, we know, like we try to balance it, that some people can be demanding and want it to be full-time job for you. But maybe in the evening, this your career building and business expansion, does it take you till after 10 in the night? You continue with it. Maybe before you sleep, you say, baby, how is your day? I mean, is everything okay? It's okay. It's okay for her because she's a human being. She has left all men, including Tanko, for you. So you're supposed to show interest in her too. and she will show you. But if you just leave her floating, I'm telling you how women are. So you may be, even in marriage, some of us, somebody said it here, for me to be here, you have to say where you are going. So if you don't communicate now, you are not going to communicate then, no. The whole thing, this is the type of men that can take their bag and leave the home. And the wife will call next morning and say, we have not seen you. Say, something took me to Lagos, and from there we are going to Calabar. It won't be marriage. So learn, I know it's difficult, but carry her along.
In communication, you can't tell a girl that you want to, or you're always busy. You're nurturing your busy, like your work, if that's what is taking your time. That's more like, that's what you love. You're not, she said love is not enough. That's what you love. You're putting more effort in your work than the lady. I'm not saying you should call the person every day. It's not, but once your mind is in something, you should give at least, even if it's 30% of it, your time to that person. So you're saying that you're always busy. I have, my brother is a pilot, right? And I always say, I can't marry a pilot, I can't marry a pilot. But do you know my brother, before he flies every day, he'll send a message, I am flying to so place. I'm going to so place today. Nobody should call me now. I'll call you guys when I land to so place. That is, he's building this communication for every one of us. He'll call from my mom to my sister, to every one of us. I say, I'll be landing here. Okay, if they move the flight, he'll tell you, they just move this flight. I'll call you back later. That is communication. He's building it with us. Now imagine a relationship with him. He knows that he has to communicate with this person at this time. I will maybe explain why he can't call you at this time. So people are busy. Even people in Sambisa Forest, they also send a lot of messages and say, oh, please, I can't call you now. Maybe I'll call you tomorrow. You can't say you're always busy for someone you love.
This is not something that is only a men-sided conversation. As a woman, I can use myself as an example. I was extremely busy. I don't see anybody that would have been busier than me in the last 4 years. I was in a terrain whereby my marriage would have crashed if I did not sustain it by making sure that I make adequate time for my family. It is a usual terrain that once a woman is there, you are gone. Someone sent me a message recently, said, you did this job and you left, your family is intact, I praise you. So it is not just, and I had a husband, my husband was not even living where I was. But it was a commitment that this thing, the outcome of this thing, is success. This family must stand. It's not this job that will take the family away. I'm just trying to put this so that we don't feel that it's a commitment for just men alone to make a marriage work. Because anybody can be busy. It depends on the landscape of job we find ourselves. It can also be a woman. And it is also the responsibility of that woman to know that this other person is going to be available. But you do not have that time. But you have to make sure that that person is not missing in your life. So it's the other party's business and not just the man in this question. So.